Good morning. Today on Spotlight, the big footprint of Michigan's largest corporate law firm, Honigman, headquartered smack dab in the middle of downtown Detroit. Is there a sector of this city and state it doesn't impact? And what's the firm's vision for the future? We'll ask Honigman Chairman and CEO David Fulton. And later on our Sunday morning program, Rochelle Riley and Rachel Frierson will join me to talk about how the Detroit Riverfront Conservancy, Cranbrook, and the city of Detroit will give you an opportunity to memorialize those we've lost this year to COVID-19. It's Sunday, July the 11th. I'm Chuck Stokes, and this is Spotlight. Attorney David Fulton, welcome back to Spotlight. Last time you were here, it was in studio, and it was before the pandemic. Good to know that you're doing well, and we're talking to you via Zoom.
It's great to see you again, Chuck. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. Let me ask you, on a scale from 1 to 10, with 10 being the most impactful, if you had to assess Honigman's, your law firm's, involvement in this city and this state, what rating would you give it?
I'd give it a 10, with all modesty.
But historically, there isn't a major development in this city that your law firm hasn't touched, correct?
No, there really isn't. By the way, I'm sitting in Jason Honigman's office. We have a tradition here that the chair and CEO occupies Jason Honigman's office. So I'm actually sitting where the firm was founded.
Wow.
And, you know, Chuck, I think since the 60s and 70s, there really isn't a major development. We helped create the Renaissance Center. We were then involved with GM in acquiring the Renaissance Center. We represented GM in fixing up the Renaissance Center for GM. And I think there's really not, we've represented the Gilbert organization, Bedrock, in its assemblage of its buildings down here. And I don't think there's a significant property here that we were not involved in as developers council, or in some cases, finance council.
Yeah, and you left out the grand bargain. You had big footprint on that as well.
We did that because that's not real estate, but you know, we're very proud in our community involvement history. Our former chair and current vice chair, Alan S. Schwartz, no relation to Alan E. Schwartz, has been the longtime lawyer for the DIA. And during the bankruptcy, we did represent the DIA. We were a very important part of saving the art, of being part of the grand bargain. It's one of the proudest moments this law firm has ever had. And, you know, when we go and visit the DIA, which my family does all the time, we're always extra proud that our firm played such an important role in helping save our great museum.
Sure. Chairman Fulton, let me get your reaction to this. I read something not too long ago in your bio that said the legal profession has evolved from a craft, a professional craft, to a business, especially in terms of technology. What do you mean by that?
So I began my career in 1980. In 1980, we did not have Federal Express. We didn't even have a fax machine, let alone a laptop computer. We had assistants cut and paste our documents. We put them in the mail. They took 2 or 3 days to get there. We waited 2 or 3 days to get comments. It was a much slower world, a world in which there was more time to think. We had got on airplanes to go do things. Today, this is a business. We have high-end technology. We have staff and functions that we never had before. The capital investment in the legal business has soared since when I first started.
You are the largest law firm in the state, over 300 lawyers in the Midwest, headquartered in Detroit. But in the last several years, you've really expanded in this state and beyond this state. Talk a little bit about that, because you're clearly on the west side of the state. You've moved into Chicago and Washington, D.C.
Well, just to give you a little of historic context, 2008, as you'll recall, was an existential moment for Detroit as well as for us. One of our largest clients, GM, was facing extinction. We have a global real estate practice. The real estate world was really upside down. And a number of our competitors made the decision to start getting more geographically dispersed. Our philosophy at the time, which continues, is that uncertain, difficult times are when the strongest businesses thrive. And we decided that the world will only end once, the business world will end once, and we doubled down on Michigan, plain and simple. And we went out and we started hiring outstanding young lawyers from great firms who needed a platform like ours. And with a little bit of luck, our decision to double down on Michigan turned into a great move. And as a result, we created a really thriving firm, global firm, national firm based here. But as all things happen, as we got bigger and as our talent needs extended and extended, we needed to be in other places purely for talent. Mm-hmm. So we landed in Chicago, largely initially to beef up our intellectual property and our corporate private equity practice. And we were quite successful in recruiting there. We're up to about 55 lawyers, 5 or 6 years, all seamless, work with each other office. And similarly, during the pandemic, we opened a Washington office, and we largely opened that again because of talent. A man named Harold Fox is a preeminent intellectual property lawyer there. He's close friends with Jonathan O'Brien, who runs our group from Kalamazoo. And we felt that we needed to be in Washington to recruit the kind of talent that we need to have that really aren't in other places besides Washington.
One of those moves certainly people paid close attention to when Senator Carl Levin, the longest serving senator in this state, left the halls of Congress. He joined Honigman. We are going to take a quick little break. When we come back, I want to talk to you about some of the growth that you've been doing in terms of personnel, some new personalities that you've added to the firm and what that means. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Attorney Fulton, you recently added Matthew Snyder, the former U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District, to your law firm. Also, Mark Burton, former interim CEO for the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. Why and what does that bring to the law firm?
Well, why? First of all, they're both men of very, very high character, committed to our values. Someone like Matthew comes along once every 10 years. He's a highly respected white-collar criminal lawyer, investigative lawyer. He's a man who's liked by both parties, by all. He's a terrific lawyer. We do have a very active white-collar investigatory team that we have here, and he was just an absolute natural fit. Interestingly, when we brought Matthew in, and he's off to a remarkable start, I should add, we also brought back Richard Zuckerman, a former partner of the law firm who was at the United States Department of Justice. He was running the tax division, the criminal enforcement division there, and he came back to Detroit. He has a long history with us, and at one point in his career, he worked on the Jimmy Hoffa investigation earlier when he was in the government. So we're bringing Matthew into a great group. And it's just an ideal fit. Mark also is a man of very high character. We don't believe that we can be effective for our clients unless we provide governmental solutions and regulatory solutions, legislative solutions. Mark brings a world of expertise to our Lansing office. He joins Peter Rudell, Dennis Muchmore, and others as part of that group. He too is off to a great start, and his work has been very helpful in our clients navigating the regulatory structure and the incentive structure that we have in the state.
David Fulton, you're former chair of the United Way. You've worn many community hats. You're on the Downtown Detroit Partnership Board. You've done a lot of strategic planning from within this large law firm, whether it's dealing with equity, diversity, or inclusion, but you also have to look big picture because your footprint is so big. When you look at, say, cities like Nashville, which used to be kind of a sleepy little country western town, which is now becoming a major metropolitan area with hotels and development booming everywhere, to go-to city now. States like Idaho, which is the fastest growing state in the US right now. And you, from a competitive standpoint, when you're in these meetings, what is it you're telling people and the leaders, whether they're public or private, we must do to remain a competitive region?
Well, I think that we are blessed in many respects. We have an incredibly dedicated community here. The one thing I've always found in any of these organizations, we leave our politics at the door. You know, our leadership in this community is very diverse. We have representatives of labor, corporate, foundations, government, and we all have one thing in common. We care about the city. We recognize our problems, and we leave all the politics and individual thinking at the door. And when we come in, we're very focused. We're also blessed. We have an incredible benefactor in Dan Gilbert. His commitment and gift to this city are extraordinary. It's proof that one man can make a difference. And so I think what we focus on strategically is the person power, treasure and time. And I'm very optimistic about it. We tell our younger lawyers, there's a sign in our garage, I'm gonna butcher it, but Detroit is, you know, big enough to be important and small enough for you to make a difference. And so I really do feel that the strategic future here is just good thinking, hard work, and the treasure that so many of our local corporations have given the autos and other firms, professional firms. That's really the secret, and the talent that we have.
I know you've done some work on equity, diversity, and inclusion. Talk a quick minute about that and the role that is playing in your firm and what role you feel that should play in this region.
Well, you know, it's funny, we talked about, you know, how the law has changed. One of the things that, you know, when I started my career, the words equity and inclusion just did not exist in the vocabulary of a large business. We discovered quite a while ago, you know, ours is a creative business, it's a collaborative business. Diversity of thought is critical to our being able to function as well as we can. Over the years, we realized that equity and inclusion are important. From our perspective, we actually have a partner, Kalila Spencer, who spends a great deal of her time. She's a working litigator. She is our inclusion, equity, diversity, and social responsibility partner. She leads all of our efforts in this respect. She has marshaled together our sister law firms so that the law firms speak as one as it relates to racial justice, social justice. But personally, I think we've done some great things here. We have with United Way, we have the Honigman Academy, which we brought together 15 or 20 kids from Cody, sophomores and juniors who are interested in the law. We realized that in our field, true diversity will begin in grade school. If we're focusing on college and law school, it's too late. It not only involves what lawyers do, it's what are the accounting people doing in a law firm? What are the project managers doing? What's finance doing? There's so many aspects to it. And we're trying to expose these young students to the full end of it. Likewise, we sponsor something called Thrive. It's a STEM research-based program for high school students that's been tested in the medical field. We just started here in Detroit with 2 students. We're going to take them all the way through college and hopefully law school. There's no assurance that they'll ever come to our law firm or come back to Detroit, but it's part of our effort really is that to get this really level, it's going to take at least a generation. And while we focus as much as we can on now, I'm proud to say that we had more diverse partners that we made last year than otherwise. I'm proud to focus on the now. I think we recognize that we need to focus on the future to really have a stable community where everybody has the same access to resources.
When it's all said and done in terms of your tenure there as chairman and CEO, what do you want your legacy to be?
Well, first of all, it's the most remarkable honor you can have, being given the trust by your partners to run a law firm. I would like to see the firm with a better me in my seat, succession that is even a better CEO than I am. I would love to see us with more diversity, equity, and inclusion. I would like to see the firm continue as healthy as we are. But I think at the top of that list, I really hope that the folks in the firm have as much fun and enjoy their careers as much as I've enjoyed my career. And I hope that my successor is as gratified by coming to work every day and learning every day and meeting new people every day as I have been.
All right, that's not a bad legacy. David Fulton, always good checking in with you. We will definitely get you back. I know that a lot more is coming down the pipe, but we appreciate you taking time with us today on Spotlight. Best to you and your family, and stay safe.
Thank you, Chuck.
And when Spotlight returns, I'll sit down and talk to Rochelle Riley and Rachel Frierson. Rochelle of the City of Detroit, Rachel of the Detroit Riverfront Conservancy, about a partnership they're involved in, paying tribute to all the people we lost due to COVID-19. I talked to them a few days ago. We'll show you part of that interview right after this. I'm going to begin with you, Rochelle. Last year, the city had a significant tribute to the people that we lost due to COVID-19 pandemic. What's on tap for year two?
Well, I'm so excited to be working with the Detroit Riverfront Conservancy and Cranbrook Art Museum on a promise that I made last year. When Mayor Duggan said we must have a memorial, we came up with something that fit the times. Because of COVID, we could not gather, we could not, be around each other. This year, thanks to an amazing idea from Rachel and from Laura Mott, the curator at Cranbrook, we're going to be together a little bit. We are creating the Healing Memorial so we can continue to heal after the pandemic. And people will be making remembrances that are not like those big billboards that circled around Belle Isle, but will be these small packets that Rachel will talk to you about that literally allow you to honor your family member or any kind of loss the way you want to. And it's going to become, these packets, thousands of them, a huge installation at the TCF Center.
We wanted to figure out something that could grow if loss is there, and then also to recognize losses that weren't just due to COVID-19, but losses that happened during COVID-19 as well. And so this project, this memorial package, and I'll show one, basically allows everyone to put a memento, intention, a thought, or a memory of a loved one within a piece of fabric. So they write it down on a piece of paper. They put fabric around it. They can use fabric from their loved one. They can use a t-shirt or something like that. And then they add a bead. So you can see some beads on here as well. They add that bead. And so each of these ends up, these small palm-sized packets all together, thousands of them collected throughout Metro Detroit, will all end up on a wall at TCF. So you have your individual memory, that moment, but it's added to this collective palette of what we've all lost, what we've all gone through. And it's really special because we can do this now, and we also could add to it next year. And artist Sonia Clark, this is a project she's been doing across the world for the last 20 years. So we're really excited to have it here in Detroit.
We're asking everyone around the region, all across, county by county.
Not just the city of Detroit.
Not just the city of Detroit, everywhere, to host making stations. I love that phrase that Rachel came up with, where you can set up a card table in your neighborhood, you can have your Boys and Girls Club, you can have your church, set up a station where people can do these. And then Cranbrook, amazing museum, is doing all of the handling of these with great care and grace. And they're going to be doing the installation and the mounting. But when we're all finished, the installation at the TCF Center is going to be unveiled on what Mayor Mike Duggan declared in Detroit last year as Detroit Memorial Day. It'll be a Memorial Day for the region on August 31st.
Sure. Rachel, how do people get this information? Do they contact the Riverfront Conservancy directly, or they go to a particular website?
Yeah, so it's actually on our website, DetroitRiverfront.org, and then / the Healing Memorial. So you just type that information in. You'll be able to find information on how you can volunteer for the project, how you can make one of these. You can watch a video from artist Sonia Clark explaining the project.
We'll be right back with detailed memorial information. What is it about art and culture that can take a very sensitive subject like this and drive it home for people? What does that do for us and do for our souls?
Thank you for that question, Chuck, because it's so important for people to understand that the arts have always been an emotional business. And when they're not a business, it's an emotional healing placation where literally the arts have taken us through every horrible thing that has ever happened in history. We have used music, we have used arts, we have used poetry to get us through pain, to experience joy. In this case, we're using art for healing. And we want to make sure people understand that what we're trying to do is to take some of that pain and turn it into something beautiful.
People often think about the riverfront as a place they go to celebrate, the place they go for graduations, that they hang out, and all those great things. But we're also a place where people go to contemplate, for people who need a moment to meditate. Our staff, including myself, I lost my husband last year, not to COVID, but very much, the river has really been a place for me to heal. And for me to grieve. And so we know that for a lot of our residents as well. When we were approached about this project, we really wanted to be involved in some way. We've been doing some meditation programs all year, along with emotional support and grief as well. And so we just wanted people to know that we're here for every occasion.
I know from when we had Mark Wallace on, and the director of the Metro Parks, that there's this partnership between the two now, trying to make this one gigantic region, and that we are all intertwined together. Rochelle Riley and Rachel Frierson, thank you so much for joining me today on Spotlight. We'll make sure that we put information up on the screen along with some of the pictures and stuff that you sent us to get people excited about this. And if I know Detroit, Metro Detroit, they're going to participate in a big way.
Thank you so much, Chuck. And people can go to DetroitArtsAndCulture.com or to thehealingmemorial.org, and we'll put all of those dates for every time anybody who wants to do a making station, we'll put it up there if you want us to, so people know where they can go.
Sounds good. Rochelle and Rachel, thanks so much. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Special thanks to all my guests today. I'm Chuck Stokes, and we'll be back next week with more newsmakers in the Spotlight. We hope you have a great week.